Scientists have observed conciliatory behavior in many different animal species. Most of the research in this field has been on primates like bonobos, mountain gorillas, and chimps, who often follow confrontations with friendly behavior like embracing or kissing. Scientists have observed similar behaviors in non-primates like goats and hyenas, but so far the only species that has failed to show outward signs of reconciliation and forgiveness are domestic cats. Cats don't forgive, and once they realize a person is causing them anxiety or trauma, they keep away, even if that trauma is unintended. It's not always easy to tell what sets our feline friends off. Common causes of grudges in cats can include not being petted enough, not being given enough attention, or not being fed on time. If your cat's usually good-natured and docile but suddenly starts acting out, it may be because they're angry at you for something you did or didn't do. Much is still unknown about cat behavior, and one example of this is determining exactly how long cats might hold these grudges. A few factors could play into these issues, including age, personality quirks, and severity of the issue. A cat that's been with you since kittenhood probably knows you well and may not hold a grudge against you as long as a cat adopted as an adult from a shelter. Even kittens can have strong personalities, so how long they hold a grudge may vary depending on their independent nature. If your relationship with your cat's going well, you probably have nothing to worry about. It may be a little challenging for a few days or weeks after being wronged by you, but most cats will eventually get over these things rather quickly as long as there are no harsh feelings from either side. But if you notice them acting distant, it might be time to reevaluate the situation, as cats aren't known for holding back their feelings, especially negative ones. A big contributing factor to cats holding grudges longer than other species is their memory. According to researchers at the University of Michigan, compared to a dog's memory that lasts no more than 5 minutes, a cat's memory can endure up to 16 hours, and even as long as 2 days. Your cat's cerebral cortex is structured similarly to that of a human being. This may be the reason cats remind you when it's time to eat, how they can open doors, and why they can use their body language to communicate. A cat's brain structure might also explain why some cats remain aggravated hours after being shooed off your bed or scolded for some sort of mischievous behavior. Because of their memory, they're more likely to hold on to both positive and negative emotions longer than other mammals. Despite this fact, cats can also be forgiving creatures. If you extend an invitation to friendship, they may choose to forgive you in a matter of minutes. As a result, behavioral issues might indicate another underlying problem rather than the consequence of harboring a grudge. So what are the specific things you tend to do to infuriate your cat? It's not always easy to tell what sets our feline friends off. Sometimes they seem perfectly happy 1 minute and then decide to take revenge the next. While cats are often praised for their independence, nothing is more important to them than love and companionship when it comes to relationships with their caregivers. Common causes of grudges in cats are usually rooted in neglect, not being petted enough, not being given enough attention, or not being fed on time are great examples. If your cat's usually good-natured but suddenly starts acting out, it may be because they're angry at you for something you forgot to do. So always keep that in mind when planning any changes in your routine, or your cat's routine. One of the most common mistakes we make as cat owners is allowing our cats to feel lonely. Contrary to popular belief, cats are not entirely solitary animals. It's true that you can leave your cat alone for longer bouts than you could a dog, but cats crave attention, companionship, and love just like any other furry friend. If left alone for extended periods of time, it can become agitated and develop feelings of anxiety and even depression. If you have a busy schedule, be sure to set aside a few minutes each day to spend some quality time with your cat. Even 15 minutes of playtime every few hours will keep it happy and healthy. An even better solution? Consider adopting another cat so it has a full-time companion. If you want to avoid your cat holding a grudge against you, definitely don't forget to clean their litter box. Using a dirty toilet's pretty gross, right? Well, cats feel the same way about dirty litter boxes. It's important to clean out your cat's litter boxes at least every other day, depending on the number of cats you have and their bathroom habits. Don't want to scoop poop daily? Consider investing in a self-cleaning litter box. Keeping a clean litter box isn't just about scooping either. Depending on the type of litter you use, the frequency with which you scoop it, and the number of cats in your household, litter should be replaced about every 2 weeks. And if there's one thing we all know cats hate, it's being force-fed medicine. When you're feeling lousy, the last thing you want to do is take some gross-tasting medicine, especially if it's being forced down your throat. And the same holds true for a cat. When taking medication, many cats foam at the mouth or just spit it back out. Whether your cat needs medication for a cold or infection or has a chronic condition that requires the ongoing administering of medication, it's vital to make the experience a bit more palatable for them. If possible, train your cat to be comfortable having its face and mouth handled. Associate the sensations with something positive by rewarding it with a small treat. Then establish a medication schedule so it knows what to expect and when. If you're still having issues with administering pills, there are lots of soft treats with pockets designed for holding pills. Mixing with food's always an option. Despite your best efforts, you may still inevitably give your cat a reason to despise you. In the short term, anyway. In this scenario, it's best to apologize to your cat in a way they'll understand. Just like humans, the timing of your attempt is important. If your cat's still upset or annoyed, they may not be as receptive and will most likely run away or ignore you when you attempt to apologize. Wait until your cat's calmed down, allow some space, and don't rush it or overpower your cat. With that said, you also shouldn't let too much time go by because now your cat may believe you're just ignoring them. Monitor your cat's body language. The time may be appropriate when their ears aren't turned back and their muscles seem more relaxed and not so tense. If your cat's still hiding or avoiding you, call them softly to see if they're ready to come out. Once you've gently spoken to your cat and the atmosphere's more relaxed, you can test your cat's receptiveness by holding out your hand. If your cat sniffs or rubs against your hand, you've been given the go-ahead for some gentle petting. Scratch behind your cat's ears or under their chin, or if you know their favorite spots, that's where you should focus your attention. Continue the affection later on by providing cuddles and rubs while your cat nuzzles into your lap or onto your bed. If all else fails, you can offer your cat a treat. This step only applies if you've done the previous tips and your cat still seems to be struggling with grief. When you give your cat a treat, it's usually presented as a reward. Offering a treat after your apology will show your kitty that you care. A treat or even a favorite toy will help give your cat an emotional boost. However, treats mustn't be used as the only form of apology, as your cat will most likely accept them, but they may give you the cold shoulder afterward. Cats can be affectionate, yet also distant. When it comes to understanding our feline friends better, many questions remain unanswered. While we may not know all these things just yet, one thing remains certain: every animal has their personality and can be very diverse. We know that cats have 9 lives, so forgive them if they don't learn the lesson the first time around.